Yo, Smell from HollaDirectTV, HollaDirect Apparel. We back with another video. As y'all can see, I'm in silhouette, just tampering around with this foolishness and shenanigans, just doing all kinds of things, custom jobs and all that. Tonight, what I want to do is I want to sublimate a few masks. Alright, it's still mask season technically. You might think it's not, because it's dying down just a little bit and they easing up on the restrictions in some places, but for the most part you still need it to patronize certain businesses, so it's not going nowhere no time soon. I haven't really been ordering a whole lot of them, but I've still been getting sales, so I'm gonna show y'all again how to do it in Photoshop. I'm gonna show y'all how to print them. I'm gonna show y'all how to print them and how I actually sublimate them. So from beginning to end, just bear with me. Let's jump over into Photoshop. This right here, that's the legendary Eazy-E, the legendary Betty White from Golden Girls. I did this design yesterday. I'm gonna put that on some shirts. We're gonna see how those move. I already printed out this guy right here. This is for a custom job, and this is for another custom job. So we're gonna get those printed out on the Sawgrass. Alright, so we got these joints out the printer. Now there's a way to get both of them on one sheet, so I'm not wasting as much paper. We gonna figure that out one way or another sometime soon, just not right now tonight. I'm just trying to get these joints onto these masks, because it's been a long day in here. But those two are not enough for me. Let's see if we can get some more designs onto some masks this evening. Let's go for one more. Let's do three. Three's a good number. All right, so in this template, you're gonna notice something different. This is actually upside down. What I went ahead and did is I just turned it upside down because I feel that this at the top of the mask is very uncomfortable. It leaves a flap for your nose and it's open. It leaves an exposure for air to get in there. And a lot of people are questioning that with what's going on with the virus and things of that sort. A lot of people are iffy about that. But if you wear it like this, with this at the top, like that, it leaves less room for people to question like if you did it upside down or not, and then they'll want another one. So I always ask the customer what they want, but still I'm cranking them out like this. If there's a problem, get with me, we'll fix things. All right, so if you peeped the last video, you saw how I arranged all these guides right here to meet up with the corners of the mask, like at all the edges. All right, I'm not gonna explain it right now. You go back, you watch the other video, help me get those views, and like and hit the bell. Let's go to File and hit Open. I see my design I want. It's this one. So what I want to do is I want to unlock it right there. And then I want to drag this to our face mask design. Drag it right there in that corner. And then I want to hit Control T. That's going to put the boxes around it, the cursors, so I could drag the cursors to where I want it. And right about there is gonna be good. I'm gonna hit enter. Then I'm gonna go right over here to this layer, click on it, right click, create clipping mask. Bam. And we got our design for our mask. I want this to be on my mask. I want to wear this tomorrow. Alright, so we got it nice and centered right there. Now what I do to print this out is I go back to the layer and I hit release clipping mask. All right, I click on the image and I drag it all the way to the left right here. All right, I know there's probably a shortcut or a better way to do it. I know I'm probably doing it wrong, but there's no wrong way to do it if it's working the right way for you, that kind of thing. So with that being said, I want to go up here and I want to hit print. You want to make sure Sawgrass Print Manager is selected, or whatever printer that you're using. However you want to do that, that's up to you. Whatever you're doing over there, I'm minding my business. I'm over here. That's what I'm doing. That worked for me. And I want to make sure Photoshop manages colors. All right, you got some kind of RGB up there, you good. That way your blacks is coming out crisp and they not all dull and gray. Pay attention, folks. So now that everything look good up here, just hit print, click proceed, and it's not gonna start printing automatically. It's gonna bring me to Sawgrass Print Manager. Now you want to make sure you pick the right paper that you have. You want to make sure whatever paper you got in there, you select it. Right now I'm using text print R. You want to make sure your image is mirrored. Click mirror, because we're putting it onto a substrate. 8x5x11. Make sure our print size is correct. Page 1 of 1. Looks good. Looks good from here. Can't see it from my house. Let's go ahead and hit print. So you can see how that black is nice and glossy on there. That's just how we want it. If you're already in production, there's a quicker way to dry these. You can actually sit these underneath your heat press and just let it sit directly under the heat for a couple minutes. That way it'll dry it to the touch. But I don't have my heat press on right now. I got it set up. So I'm gonna let this air dry for the moment. Heat press is heating up to 400 degrees. You want that at 400 for sublimation, all right? I got my sheet of butcher paper for underneath, so no ink bleeds down onto my protective Teflon sheet. You can see what happened before last time I was doing math. So I got my butcher paper for protection. My last sheet of parchment paper. I gotta get some more of that tomorrow. And then I got another sheet of butcher paper. All right, so boom, you can see how I cut both sides of the paper. Because basically what I want to do, I want to use these strips of paper right here from each side to mask off the strings. So I'm going to mask off these strings just like so, just like that, so we don't get any extra ink, or not too much extra ink onto the strings. All right, because I noticed the last couple joints that I did, I try to tuck the strings up underneath, and when you go to press it, the pressure from the heat press leaves an indentation right on the design. And even though it's in the back, you can still see it in the front, and that's not acceptable when you're selling things. We want everything to be perfect. This is how it's like apparel, all right? We're not settling for less. Our customers don't settle for less. When they pay their money, we want to give them nothing but the best. We want to strive to make sure we provide nothing but the best. All right, we just about there. I got one down, lined up real good. I'ma just do them one by one. See how they turn out. I like to do them for 30 seconds. Anything over that, you're stepping into some harsh territory you don't really want to cross over into. I did one for 60 seconds last week, and I baked it. It was mad sticky. But this one good. A lot of people are gonna like it. These next two masks right here, this one and Batman for her brother. This is for my toughest customer, all right? She's not easy. We don't want to get no ink on her strings. We don't want it to be off. We can't be missing no corners. These have to be absolutely perfect, or we will be back to the drawing board, because she does not play that. Another thing I want to suggest is when you print out your artwork that's going to be sublimated with this sublimation ink, try to get to the heat press as soon as possible and get the design out the way. Just like when you printing on white shirts, get those in the package or in the box ASAP before they get dirty. Same with this. Like if you got drinks near your workstation and the water splash on there, or you talking and you spitting when you talking, that's gonna get on here and leave water spots, and you're gonna have to print it again. Save yourself the trouble, get the work done ASAP. This is science and trigonometry right here. You gotta make sure it's masked off and make sure that mask is on here perfectly lined and centered. You gotta make sure it's perfect. This I took and cut right where my center is so I can line up my design the right way. I had to finagle this Batman design. The one I printed out wasn't long enough, so I printed out a longer one. Got it. Got it. Perfect. Put your paper off, parchment off, take off this layer. Looks good. We got some clipping right here in these corners. We'll do this over. The clipping right here in this corner and that corner. I'll wear it, but I don't want my customers wearing something like that, so I'm gonna do it over. FYI, stretch the image. Stretch the image. Alright guys, I thought my inks was gonna be popping, but they not. I woke up this morning and I glanced at this. I seen that light shining through my window right on this mask, and my black ink is kind of gray. I don't like that one bit. This, I'm gonna stretch the image and we're gonna redo this. That's not gonna be an issue. The issue is going to be tapping into the Sawgrass print manager and getting to the root of this BS right here, because I don't know if y'all can see it, but that's not black. I needed black, like midnight black. So I'm gonna jump into that because we just got a shipment in from Silky. I got a lot of masks to make tonight. So let me get to the root of this, and I'm gonna touch base with y'all next week on a brand new toy I got coming from Heat Press Nation. So it's Mel from HollaDirectTV. Like and subscribe, share this video, and we're gonna be back next week.